Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Donald versus Reddit. So what we have is we have the Donald, the Donald right here, and politics over here. And what we're going to do is we are going to look at the top like 5 posts or whatever real quick and see if there's any relationship between them, because sometimes I notice you've got mirror articles like on the top. It's like these guys say one thing and then these guys say like, oh, well, this thing about them or something. So, that's really kind of what we're just looking for. So let's get started. We've got the Donald. They've got on their front page, Schneiderman is a hardcore 19th century Democrat. He called me his brown slave, would slap me until I called him master. Somebody forgot to tell him the Democratic plantation is only supposed to be a metaphor. That's number one with 6.4K upvotes. Boom! CBO says it collected a record $550 billion in tax revenue. Fed spent $297 billion with a $218 billion surplus, winning number that's got 3.6K upvotes. Proud of our First Lady Melania Trump. That's a picture. We can click that later. That's 3K upvotes. And then Donald Trump done another Twitter thing. All right, so we're just going to go with the top 3 because the other ones below that get a little So we'll just do a top 3. Now, let's look at the top 3 for politics. So, in mock Mueller interview, Trump took 4 hours to get through 2 questions. Okay, I'll save my initial thoughts for afterwards. Trump's team snooped on Obama officials. That's gutter politics. All right. Majority says U.S. should not withdraw from Iran nuclear agreement. And so that's 7K upvotes, 5.5K upvotes almost, and then 10K upvotes. And it's all within the last 6 hours for both sides. So, now, initial thoughts off like looking at this, right? So you've got this guy who's running that's, I think, is he running against, oh no, Don Blankenship is running against Chuck Schumer, I guess. Hold on, let me see. What's this guy for? So, it's like, who is this politics guy? I've got to check it out. Like, who is this guy? So he's what is he? Is an ex-senator or something? State Attorney General. Here we go. So, State Attorney General for what state? But, okay, so it's whoever this guy is. The point is they're just trying to slander some whatever politician, right? And I think that although there's nothing on the politics subreddit on the top, I think that the reason they're doing this is because of this Don Blankenship thing, because, he's just like one of those fringe candidates that now, because Donald Trump won, he thinks he could win, and he's like bad press for Republicans because he's also like using Trump's name as a positive way and stuff. So I think that's what that one might be related to. Let's do a politics one on the top. So in mock Mueller interview, Trump took 4 hours to get through 2 questions. All right, so my initial thoughts off this was like, how the fuck do you know that? What? It's like you're there, like outside with a stopwatch, click. How long is it going to take? That's got to be like, how the fuck, do you know? Like, can you figure this out? Like, this is such a clickbaity fucking article. Like, Jesus. So, let's see. In an informal, does it say who said it? It does not say who said it. It says, according to a Monday Wall Street report, but they don't say who in the thing said it. So, and then they just talk about some more legal battles and then a whole shitload of ads. See, just all clickbait bullshit. Anyway, let's go back over to the Donald, their number 2 post. Boom! CBO says it collected a record $515 billion in tax revenue. What? And then they only spent $300 billion, so that means $215 billion revenue. And so apparently that is supposed to balance out this like double-digit trillion deficit we're at, it's like, I think we're still a little far off, because let's see if we do a little calculator real quick. So we're going to use some of that math that teachers said you would never end up using ever in your life. So let's just say, so what is the U.S. debt? So the U.S. debt right now is 19 trillion. So let's go, hey, let's fucking call it 18. Let's give ourselves a little bit more. So this is 18, right? And then, so this is 18 trillion on top. So this needs to be, boom. Because right here, so 6 zeros. So 6 zeros is this. So this is the millions, right? And then, so this is the billions. So we need to do one more. So we got to do bop, bop, bop. So this is 100,000. Now you're in the millions. Now you're in the billions. Now you're in the trillions. All right. So now, let's zoom back in a little bit. So now that we've got that, right, on the other side, we're making 200 billion. 215 billion, right? Right? Is there another pair of zeros at the end? Yes. Okay. So now, because we're just trying to get a ratio and shit, right? We're not trying to do exact matharonis, and like we're not trying to do it. It's just like ratios and percentages and shit, right? So we can just go like this. Boop, boop, boop. Cancel out those three. Boop, boop. Cancel out those three. Boop, boop, boop. Cancel out those three. And at the end, we're left with this, right? Oh, messed that one up. Boom. So at the end, we're left with 18,000 into 215. All right. So when we bring out trusty handy dandy calculator and we go bop, 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 18 divided by 215. So we still need 83.7%. That means, so if we subtract 100, so that means this $215 billion, right? That only pays for 16.2% of the national debt, right? So that means, so let's say we need to get 100. So we do 16 times, let's just say 4. What is that? No, let's divide by 4. So let's do multiply by 6. 6 is pretty close. So that means we need to make this surplus for another 6 years. Right? So we have to maintain that for another 6 years to cover $18 trillion, right? And my math is probably so garbage on this. So please, if you know the math, do the math for me and double check. But, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think so, right? It seems like we've actually paid off a decent amount, but I mean, maybe I might be too. Maybe I'm off by a factor, and if I'm off by a factor, then maybe that's 1.6% instead of 16%. That would be unfortunate. But the point is with all of this is it's like, okay, so even if you do all that, right, you're still not going, you're not even, they're like, oh, we're going to be like positive and all this other shit. It's like, no, you're not, because you're just fucking 6 years. It's 2018. Unless you get elected again, not happening. Like, and this is not like, don't come after me like NSA or anything like that, but I honestly think someone would take a shot at Trump, like if like he did manage to, like if it was looking like he was going to win for 24 or whatever, if he was going to run again, would not surprise me, honestly. But it just this is just like quick example is just to show you that it's like, okay, so great, whatever, okay, so you did it, congrats, even though I think, the money is not as much as they're saying it is, right? And, I think it's going to places where it's not really going to be fucking helping at all. But let's give them a fair shot with the math and see how it correlates to their stuff, So, let's do Trump's team snooped on Obama officials. That's gutter politics. So that's just them. It's like, oh well, Trump is saying that he was videotaped and Obama's doing this, and Obama has no scandals, but he's doing all this, and it's like, so this is their way of saying like, oh well, you guys snooped on us too, which is stupid. Just like such a stupid thing. So with Melania Trump, all right, so if it's just Donald Trump complimenting his wife, congratulations. All right, so the majority says U.S. should not withdraw from nuclear Iran deal. I would be surprised if people actually fucking understood the nuclear Iran deal. I don't fucking understand it, and I've watched the John Oliver thing fucking twice. So
Let's talk about
who did
the
they
Iran
poll?
deal.
Shut up, Delaman. All right, May 2 to 5, only 1,000 adult people. That's Donald Trump versus politics versus the rest of Reddit, and we will be back with another episode in the future. Until then, that's the way the news goes. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for taking the time out of your day watching my video. If you have something that you want to add to the conversation, or a contradicting idea that you think pokes holes in what I'm saying, please, I love stuff like that. So comment down below. And if you just like what I'm talking about, then maybe subscribe. Who knows? And then hopefully there's something here or there. And you can watch more of me if you click one of those.